Dear students of class 7, welcome to my class. I am your new English grammar teacher. From today, I will teach you English grammar. Dear students, today I shall discuss chapter number 17. The name of the chapter is articles. You can see on the board that I have written chapter number 17 and the name of the chapter is articles. So the question is, what is articles? The words a, an, and thd are known as articles in English grammar. They are used before the nouns. Now, articles, there are two types of article are there. Two types of articles are there. They are definite article and indefinite article. I am writing on the board, you can see. ARTICLES articles. The first one is definite article. NITE definite article. And the second one is indefinite article. FINITE indefinite article. So the is definite article and a or an So, dear students, I have written on the board articles, parts of articles. There are two types of articles, definite and indefinite. D is the definite article and A or N is the indefinite article. D is called definite article because it is used before a noun to indicate that the identity of the noun is known to the reader. So, to indicate the identity of the noun, we use definite article, that is the, and we use indefinite article when we don't know the identity of the noun. So I hope you have understood the meaning of definite and indefinite article. Another point which you should always remember is that we should use article before a singular common noun. We should use article, always use article before a singular common noun. I am with examples, with one or two example, I will explain this. Oh, sorry, I forgot to explain the definition of definite article and indefinite article with example. Now I will explain with example. First, I will explain definite article. the king of that city, 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 was kind. Was was kind. Kind. So this is the example of definite article. The king of that city was kind. So we know that we use definite article when we know when we know the identity of the noun. So here I have used definite article, that is the before the king, which is noun here, because I am talking about a particular king whom I know, and I know the identity of the king. He is from which city, he is from where. So I am using because the king is particular and whom I know. That's why I wrote the before the noun king. So I hope you have understood definite article. Now I'll explain indefinite article with example. Please pay attention. We use indefinite article when we don't know the identity of the noun. So, and we know that a or an are the indefinite article. So I'll try to explain you with an example. There was a king. There was a king. Here I have not written the because here king is not particular. Just I know that a king was there. From I don't know anything about him, so I have written there was a king because here king is indefinite. And earlier I have used the before king because earlier the king was particular and I knew the king. So I used the, that is definite article. Here the identity of the king is not clear, so I have used a before king. So I hope you have understood definite and indefinite article. And I have also told a point that I told you that you should never forget to write article before a singular common noun. So I'll explain it with example. We must write article before a singular common noun. Don't forget it. He is a boy. So here boy is singular common noun. So I have used article a. Another example, let me explain you. The ball is on the on the table, on the bed. I have written the ball is on the bed. So here I have used, as I have told you earlier, that we should always use article before a singular common noun. So here ball is singular common noun. So I have used the. Again I have, so we should always write the before a singular common noun. Here bed is also singular common noun. So we have used the. And so we'll use a or n before, we'll use a or n if our noun is not definite, that is if our noun is indefinite, and we'll use the if our noun is what? Noun is definite. So now I will explain the uses of a or n, that is indefinite article. Uses of a or n. Dear students, we should always remember that we should not use a or n by seeing the vowel or consonant. We should see the sound. If the sound is vowel, then we will use n. Otherwise, we will use a. So please remember this point. If the sound is vowel, then only we will use a, n. Otherwise, we will use a. Now, I will explain you the uses of a, n, and where to use. I will tell you certain conditions where to use a or n. I will begin with uses of a. We will use a before words beginning with a consonant sound. Before words beginning with a consonant sound. For example, a book, a cat, a man, a table. So we will use a with the words beginning with consonant. That is a book, a cat, a man, a table, etc. We will use a. Now I'll show it by writing a sentence from one of these. I read a book. So I read a book. Here book is not particular. I am talking about a book. which is not particular. So I have used a, and the first condition is we will use a word with the words beginning with consonant sound. Another condition of using a is the word will begin with vowel, but the sound will be not vowel. For example, university, 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 a university, a union, a European, etc. We will use a if we find word like this, which sounds, which looks, which start with a vowel but does not sound like vowel. Like if we pronounce it, then we'll find it is sounding like y, y, u. That means university. So y is not a vowel. University is not, the sound is not vowel. So we will use a. For example, I am writing a sentence. He studies in a university. University. He studies in a university. So I hope you have understood this. Although it is vowel, but it is not sounding like vowel. The sound is y, u, university, union. So yu sound is coming. Then the next use of a is, where we will be using a is before vowels that sounds like wa. For example, I am writing some words. A one rupee note. RUP, a 1 rupee note. A one-eyed man. I have written two examples here to make you understood. Although it is vowel, but I have written here a. Why I have written? Because the sound is not vowel. If you pronounce it, you will get WA. If you pronounce one WA, the sound is coming as WA, one rupee note. Then a one-eyed man, you will see again that the sound Y is coming. WA, one-eyed, WA, one-eyed. So I hope you have understood. Now I'll explain it with a sentence, by citing an example with a sentence. He gave he gave me a one rupee RUP 1 rupee note. He gave me a 1 rupee note. I have written a here because the sound is not vowel, the sound is what? WA. The sound is not vowel. WA sound is coming. When we pronounce it, WA sound will come. So I have discussed three cases where we will be using or where we will use a. Now I hope you have understood where to use a. Now I will discuss the uses of an. Please pay attention. Earlier you have written a or an anywhere, but now from now you cannot write, because if you make mistake, marks will be cut in exam. Teachers will cut your marks in exam. So listen carefully. Now I'll discuss the uses of an. So under n there are 3-4 conditions where we will be using n. So words, the first condition is words starting with a vowel sound. For example, an apple, an elephant, an elephant, an ox, an umbrella, UMBRELLA, umbrella. You can write many others, but I wrote few to make you understand. So here you can see that when we pronounce apple, the sound will come a, apple, apple, apple. So the sound is, when we pronounce it, the sound comes as a vowel. So I have written an apple. Then an elephant, elephant, E sound E is coming, which is vowel. So I have written an elephant, an ox, O sound. When another thing we should always remember that A, E, I, O, U. After pronouncing a particular word, if A, E, I, O, U, these vowels come at the beginning while pronouncing, then always we should write N. Remember that, don't forget. So here, O sound is coming. Umbrella, when we pronounce A comes. So A also is vowel, so I have written N. Hope you have understood. Another example if I give, an old man, old man, or here O sound is coming, which is vowel. So always we should check, if a word is given, we should check the sound is vowel or not. If it is vowel, then we will write N. If it is not vowel, then we will write A. Always we should remember that. So I will, with example, let me explain you. I saw an elephant. So I have written an because elephant here the pronunciation is vowel. Elephant E is coming, so I have written an. Hope you have understood what I tried to explain. Then there is another condition where we will use n at the beginning. The other condition I have discussed one condition of n. Now I'll discuss another condition. This condition is we will use a when we will get a word with silent h. If the word start with silent h, then we will use n before the word. For example, n r h o u r n honest h o n e s t honest man m a n man n h e i r. So I have written three words, three examples. I have written three examples on the board. See it. Our second condition is if the word starts with silent h. Here we know that in it is silent and the pronunciation is r, r, a is coming. So we have written n. Here you can see we know that we don't pronounce honest or we don't pronounce hour. We pronounce what? Not honest, but we pronounce it as honest. So I have written n. Then n, it is not here, it is air, which is also a vowel sound. So we'll use n. Let me write an example, write a sentence with one of these examples so that it will be more clear to you. It will be more clear to you. He is an honest. He is an honest man. M-A-N. Hope you have understood. He is an honest man. So whenever we will get a word with word and the word like honest here and the word is silent, first word is silent, we don't use it like honest, our. If it is silent h, then what we will write? We will always write n, silent h. Now I'll explain another condition of n. We will use n before abbreviation which start with a consonant sound but sound which start with a consonant but sounds vowel, sounds like vowel. For example, n m a, n m a, n MP, NFIR. So here you see that I have not written A, but I have written N. Why I have written? If you pronounce M, then it is not coming out as M. It is coming out as AM, M, A. So the sound is vowel. So here I have written N. If you look at the other second example, then the sound is also like the first one, MP. So A is coming, which is vowel. Which is vowel. So I have written N. And you can see the third example. I have written NFIR. Why I have written? Because if you pronounce FIR, it will come F. A will come FIR. F. It is coming like this. FIR. So I have written N. Let me write a sentence from one of these examples. He is an MP. He is an MP. Hope you have understood. So I have discussed the uses of indefinite article, that is A and N. Hope you have understood. And if you find any problem, you can call me at night. The other is now I'll discuss the uses of definite article. I have discussed the uses of indefinite article. Hope you have understood. Now I will discuss the uses of definite article. And we know that this is the definite article. Definite uses of definite article. Uses of definite article. Now I will explain where to use the. There are certain conditions in which we should never forget to use the. First is when we speak of a particular thing or person. First is when we speak of a particular thing or we refer to a particular thing or person. For example, let me write a sentence to make it more clear to you. This is the boy, is the boy who slapped me. SLAPPED, slapped me. This is the boy who slapped me. Here I am talking about a particular boy who slapped me. That means I am talking about a particular boy and I know the boy who slapped me, so that I am telling that this is the boy who slapped me. I am talking about a particular person. So when we will talk about a particular thing or person, we should always use the before the noun. The second condition is we will use the before river. We will use the before river, ocean, sea. So I'm writing an example to make it more clear to you, and you should also see the book so that you can understand more. So the first is uses of definite article. The first is we will use the when we talk about a particular place or thing. We will use, second we will use the when we talk about a river, ocean, seas, sea, like the the Ganga, Ganges, or we can say Ganges. The another, if I write the Indian Ocean, INNDIAN, Indian Ocean, OCEAN, Indian Ocean. Then you can write Arabian Sea. I am writing a name of a sea, that is Arabian, Arabian Sea. Arabian Sea. Arabian Sea. So we'll use the when we find the name of a river, the river may be the Mahanadi, the Brahmaputra, any river, and we'll use the if we find the name of sea, Arabian Sea, if we and also we will use the if we find the name of the ocean like the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. So I'm writing a sentence with this with one of this example. The Mahanadi is a river, remember that. The Mahanadi is one of the longest longest river. The Mahanadi is one of the longest river. You can add in India. Or the Mahanadi is one of the longest river. You can write up to this. So you can see that I have written the before Mahanadi. Same if we write, if we see a name of the sea and we don't find the, we should write the. For example, if we find only Arabian Sea is one of the most beautiful sea in the world, so we should write the. If we don't find the, we should write the. For example, the Arabian Sea, Arabian, Arabian Sea, is a beautiful Arabian Sea is a beautiful sea. The Arabian Sea is a, or you can write is a nice sea. or you can write is a cool sea. Anything you can write, but you should remember that this is not important, so important. You should now understand that we should write, if we find the name of a sea, we should always write the with the sea. You can also write the Arabian Sea is a beautiful sea. Anything you can write. So also another is we should use the, if we find with the name of a monument, we should use the with the, if we find a name of a monument, for example historical monument, for example we cannot write only Taj Mahal, Taj Mahal, Mahal. We should write the at the beginning always. The Qutub Minar, Minar, Qutub Minar. We cannot write only Qutub Minar. We should write the at the beginning of historical monument. If we find a historical monument and we don't find the, we should write the. Now let me write a sentence with one of these example to make it more clear to you. The Taj Mahal, the Taj Mahal is the most important monument, monument. The Taj Mahal is the most important monument of India. Also, you can write of India. The Taj Mahal is the most important monument of India. So, whenever we will find the name of historical monument building, we will write the at the before that monument, or we will write the before that monument or building. The next is we should use the before the name of newspaper. For example, we cannot write there is a Hindu newspaper, we cannot write Hindu newspaper. We should always use or write the Hindu at the beginning of Hindu. The Hindu, the Times of India, Times of India. So there are many other newspapers I did not write. The Hindu, Times of India, the Assam Tribune, the Telegraph. So if we find the name of newspaper, we should write the at the beginning of that newspaper. So let me explain it with an example so that it will be more clear to you and you can remember this. The Hindu is the most expensive newspaper in India. News paper The Hindu is the most expensive newspaper in India. In India. So I hope you have understood this. Now another condition is, if we find we'll use the with some of the countries where United Kingdom, Republic is there, we should use the before them. If we find only United, Republic, Union, Kingdom, then we will use only the, otherwise we will not use with the countries. If we find this word, we will use. For example, the United States, STA, States of United States of America, AMERICA, America. The United States of America. There are another example if I give. The Republic of Irish. So if we find United Republic with the name of country, then we will use, if United Republic Kingdom is there, we will use the at the beginning. So I am writing a sentence, the United, or you can write the United States, STA, States of America, AMERI, America is the most powerful, POWER, powerful country in the world, COUNTRY, country in the world, WORLD. The United States of America is the most powerful country in the world. So if we get United Republic Kingdom with a country, we'll use the. So I hope you have understood. Then we'll use the before the name of train. For example, name of train, aeroplane, ships. So you should remember this. If we find the name of train, aeroplane or ship, we'll use the at the beginning. For example, I'm writing a sentence to make it more clear to you. The Rajdhani Dani is the Rajdhani is the fastest, FASTE, fastest train in India. So we cannot write Rajdhani is the, we will write what? The Rajdhani is the fastest train in India. Then, for example, you can also the Rajdhani Express. You can write the Rajdhani Express is the fastest train in India. You can write the Rajdhani is the fastest train in India. With the name of the ship, with the name of train, ships, aeroplane, we will use what? The. I have written an example to make it clear to you. Now, another condition is we will use the before the name of sacred books, that is holy books. For example, the Quran, the Bible, Bible, Bible. So, if we before the sacred books, we will always use what? We should never forget it. So I have written the Quran, the Bible. You can also write the Ramayana, the Mahabharata. So there are so many holy books. So let me write it with an example, with a sentence to make it more clear. You can. I'm writing a sentence from the above examples. The Quran is the holy book of Muslims. The Quran is the holy book of Muslims. And another thing, we should always remember that, for example, if the writer name is given before the name of the holy book. For example, if we say Balmiki's Ramayana, if writer name, if written the Bible, and before Bible, if the writer name is written, we will not use the Bible. The person who has written, for example, Sham has written a holy book, will write Shams the dash dash. So we'll add the Shams dash dash book. We will not use the. If the name of the writer is not given, then only we will write the at the beginning of the holy book. Remember that. Then another use of the is we will use the before directions. We will use the before directions. The east, the west, the south, the north. So before direction, we will always use the east, the west, the north, the south. I am writing a sentence to make it clear. He is moving towards the east. EAST. He is moving towards the east. Whenever we will find direction, we will write whenever we will find direction, we will use the at the beginning. So another case is there where we will use the at the beginning. If the name of mountain ranges is given, like the Himalayas, the Vindhyas, the Satpuras. For example, I am writing a sentence with the Himalaya. So with the we will use the before mountain ranges like the Himalayas, the Alps. We will use the before mountain ranges. So and there are 4 or 5 more cases where we will use the. I'll explain it. I hope you will read all those things carefully. Another cases, another case where we will use the is before a proper adjective when people or nation is understood. Before a proper adjective when a people or nation is understood. For example, the the KOR, the Korean defeated the Korean defeated the Chinese. So I hope you have understood this. So we will use the before a proper adjective when people or nation is understood. There the Korean defeated the Chinese. Now let me tell you. Now let me tell you another uses of the when a singular common noun is used to indicate, when a singular common noun is used to indicate a whole class, when a singular common noun is used to indicate a whole class. For example, the dog is a faithful animal. ANIMAL, animal. So here the dog is, we are talking of a dog. Here dog will use the before singular common noun to indicate a whole class. Here dog is in general is, he is representing the whole class. That means this particular dog is representing the whole class. So we have written that dog is a faithful animal. So I hope you have understood this. Since it is representing the whole class, so we have used the at the beginning. Another case is there where we will use the at the, where we will use the. So I have explained you, I have already explained you 8 to 9 cases. Now I will explain another case. That means we will use the before adjective of superlative degree. In superlative degree we will use the. For example, this is the best place I have, or you know, this is the best place I ever visited or I have ever seen. I have ever visited. This is the best place. So in superlative degree we will use the. Then another condition. We will use the in adjective, before adjective in superlative degree. Then we will use the before adjective when the noun is understood. We will use the before the adjective when noun is understood. The rich should help. The rich should help the poor. So we will use the before adjective when noun is understood. So here we have used the, because here rich is referring to rich people. So whenever it will refer to noun, we will use the at the beginning. Again we have written the, because it is referring to poor people or poor individuals. Poor, you can say poor. The rich should, it is since it is referring to human being, we will write the at the beginning of the adjective. That means when adjective, before adjective when noun is understood, there we can say the rich people, and the poor means needy people. So I hope you have understood this. Then we will use with the phrases. If we find phrases like this, the last bench, BANCH, the only son. So if we get phrases like this, then we will use the. So there will be that means the last bench, we will use the before last. The only son, we will use the next house, we will use the before next house. If we get like this, then we will use the, these are special cases, the next house. I'll explain this with an example. Explain with one of the example. You can write, he is the only son of, Ramesh, Ramesh. So we have used the before only son. So this is a kind of phrase. So this is special case where we will be using the. So I have told you many cases where to use the. I hope you have understood, and you should, if you practice, then only you can remember this. And if you don't practice at home or don't look at the chapter, you will forget this. And it will be better for you if you memorize a little bit, then you will not forget. easily. So there are certain cases where we will never use the. Earlier I have explained where to use it. That means I have explained it. We will be using the before newspaper, before the name of the train, aeroplane, ship, before the name of mountain ranges, before the name of sea, before the name of oceans. We will use the before the name of sacred books. When we refer to a particular things, we will use the. I have explained you many conditions. Now I will explain you. I will explain you where. I will explain you where we will not use the. Earlier I uses of the. Now I will tell you where not to use the. Where not to use the. That means we will not use the before name of a country, before name of a country, before name of a place, village. For example, we cannot write like this, the Badurpur, the Badurpur, the Badurpur, the Badurpur is a town. We cannot write like this. With Badurpur, if we write, then it will be incorrect. So we will not use the before name of the village, before the name of the city, before the name of the country. We cannot write the India. We will only write India. So only if we find United Kingdom with the name of a country, then only we will be using the. Otherwise, with the name of the country, we will not use the. We will not use the with. Will not use the with the days of the week, like the Monday, the Sunday. We cannot say like this. We cannot write the before the month of the year, the January, the February. We cannot write like this. We cannot write the before material noun. So you should remember this, where to use the and where not to use the. So I have explained you in detail where to use the, and now I have said you certain cases where we will not be using the. Another is we will not use the before continent. We cannot write the Australia or the Asia. We cannot write like this. Only we will write Asia. Hope you have understood this. We will not write the before the name of the street. So today I have explained, today in my class, I have explained article, I have explained types of article, and I have tried to explain you the uses of definite and indefinite article. So I hope that you have understood. I also explained where we will not be using the. So if you find any problem while going through the lecture, please contact me at night every day from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. This is the end of my discussion. Thank you.